Welcome. Today I have a guided meditation for you, and this guidance will help you truly experience what is required of you to start going much deeper in meditation, how to start abiding as you are. So please listen to today's entire session with your eyes closed and follow along as I guide you into experiencing what is being spoken of. If you consistently apply what you learn in today's video, you will see how it helps you to disengage from thoughts so much more easily. How to become self-aware, aware of I am, much more easily, whether you're sitting down in meditation or you're out and about in hectic activity. So once again, please take the next 30 minutes or so as a favor to yourself, as a gift to yourself. Close your eyes, sit free from any distraction. Listen to these words and confirm them in your direct experience. Enjoy. We're coming here together, as always, not to achieve or get something or gain something, but actually relaxing away from the motive to gain, the intention to understand. It's quite funny how that works. How in these teachings, the way you must approach spiritual practice, what it comes down to really, is totally opposite to how you are used to approaching everything else in personal life, where there's constantly an intention to do something in order to get, constantly a means to an end. Whereas spiritual practice, meditation, is a relinquishing, disowning, surrendering of the whole notion of gain, the whole notion of journey and achievement, progress. Motives and intentions, desires and resistances, they're always trying to, through their limited lens, trying to make life dance the way that they want, trying to always make life into something else. Whereas what this teaching requires, what this understanding requires, is for us to relinquish for just this moment, relinquish our attachment to these motives, these expectations. Just resting away from trying to make life into anything else. Resting away from the whole notion of getting somewhere, moving towards something, becoming something. Resting from all of these personal motives, which are limitations, and just experiencing life. You are never as alive as you are when you rest away and relax from these personal limitations of time, journey, achievement, becoming. These contract the life force into a limited expression. Meditation is a relaxing away from these limitations, which is why you feel peaceful, you feel complete, you feel like nothing is missing, you feel like nothing needs to be added, nothing needs to be done. Even if you only experience that for glimpses, minute moments at a time. It's not that you're making something happen. You're not changing anything in your circumstances, your environment, not changing anything in the body or not forcing the mind any change, right? So nothing phenomenally, circumstantially changes. But how is it that as when you turn inward to yourself, when you sit in silence, relaxing away from these motives, that you feel so peaceful and complete? It's because the limitation of personhood is relaxed away from. And you start to experience and see, feel, sense life in a much more expanded way, in a truer sense. And it's funny because the mind wants to do this, understand this, get that, achieve that, go there. And on the surface level, the focus is on just the things that are trying to be achieved or attained, right? Or gotten rid of. But ultimately, all of the mind's motives are also centered in trying to reach this completeness, this expansiveness, this fulfillment, this peacefulness. But you have seen throughout your life experience that no matter what is achieved, no matter what is attained, no matter what journey has been completed, what craving has been satisfied, what painful thing has been gotten rid of, although in the moment it brings some relief, once again there is the pain of seeking this fulfillment in other things. So the mind can never be satisfied. The person can never be satisfied because its whole premise, its whole foundation is limitation. Its whole premise, its whole condition is a contraction, because of which the feeling of unfulfillment, lack, suffering is born, because of which then it desires the removal of this suffering, relief from this suffering. but it looks in objects. This is, we can call spiritual immaturity. People chase objects in the realm of the sense perceptions for years and years, only to find out and discover that the world of the senses cannot fulfill, cannot complete the mind. Many of us are in the same condition, but through our meditation practice, we begin to discover that within us, which is totally free from this limitation of perceived lack, and then therefore the journey of trying to get somewhere and achieve some fulfillment. Through our meditation practice, we begin to discover that this contentment, this fulfillment, this peacefulness, this sense of reality, this sense of self cannot be fulfilled by any object or attainment or achievement in the sense perception realm. This we can call spiritual maturity. From here, then, our life expression is no longer just about trying to chase personal gain. It just becomes a more natural, authentic expression for its own sake. But more importantly, we begin to wake up to the illusory nature of the experience that we find ourselves in. The illusory nature of the world that is appearing and the person that I appear to be. So notice your mind right now trying to grasp something, interpret something, do something, get something, or reacting to not getting something, hoping for something, projecting something. Relax away from these motives. Here is where you begin to realize that you have the capacity to not just believe and become whatever is arising in the mind. Unbecome. You can just drop whatever is arising in the mind. Refuse to touch it. Even the concern, how to do it, what technique. Don't even touch that. Let it go. There's no technique. Just let it go. Relax away. Drop it. No care. Refuse it. And you will notice again the mind trying so hard to arise in some way, shape, or form with concern. Oh, but I don't get it. Oh, but like, how do I just let it go? And you just drop that even. Oh, isn't it a form of suppression? And what am I, oh, is this going to lead to something negative? Just drop that. Stop caring so much. Oh, but this, but oh, but no, just drop it. Oh, but how am I going to do this? Just drop it. How do I drop it? Just drop it. Thinking is a form of contraction. It has no room in your meditation practice. Stop arguing for it. Stop fighting on its behalf. Stop trying to find some sort of argument for its validity. Let it go. Refuse attention to what arises in the mind. The moment you notice you're in thoughts, just let him go. Drop it. Fast from thinking. Don't think about what is being said. Stop it. Let it go. In the beginning, this is, of course, difficult. You have to go through that difficult period. Don't expect it to be easy. Don't expect it to be effortless if you are in that phase. Don't expect this to also come overnight. This may be something that you may struggle for months. Don't resist that phase. In the beginning, this feels like more of a contraction and an effort rather than what is being previously described as a relaxing away and effortlessness. That's fine. Make the effort. Because by fasting from thinking, and only by fasting from thinking, learning to drop conceptual chatter, learning to simply let go of what is arising in the mind, we begin to wake up to that which is prior to thoughts. Only then do we begin to discover that which is always effortlessly present. Only through that do you begin to discover something that is much more real than the thoughts that you fight on behalf of and the things that they project. And because this field is prior to thought, it is beyond belief. It is not a belief. Because this field is not even an experience that comes and goes, it is beyond doubt or memory. Therefore, even the mind's doubting, fearing, conceptualizing will start to lose meaning as we begin to grow in our discovery of that which is prior to it. But it requires us to let go of the contraction, the contracted seeing, filtered seeing, which is thinkingness. For this, practice is required. You have to observe, you have to be alert. There's a quote by Maharaj. He said something along the lines of, you have to be alert. Otherwise the mind will play false with you. It will keep you deluded. It's like he said, it's like watching a thief who sits next to you on the train. It's not that you expect something by watching the thief, but you know that if you're not alert, then he may take something from you. So, in the same way, you have to be alert to the mind and how it always plays false with you, brings you into many illusions, brings you into believing many things that are just not true. They're conceptual in nature, keeps you infinitely restless. That's why I say, stop arguing on behalf of the mind, the reality of your personhood, or, you know, because it is the mind fighting on behalf of the mind in order for its own perpetuation. We have to wake up to that. We have to become alert to that and drop it. No concept is true. When you believe in whatever thought is arising, you become that thought. You believe in a concern, you become a concern. You identify with fear, you become the fear. It imposes a whole costume on you. You become that and you're subject to experience and suffer that. Right now, we're just wearing endless masks, changing moment to moment. We say, I am happy, I am frustrated, I am scared, I am this, I am that, constantly attributing our beingness, I am, with the experience that is arising in the mind and body. This is the undoing that we're taking part in. When you let go of, when you learn to let go of thought, just learn to drop thought, you begin to discover your beingness. Thought goes, but you do not go. When thought is no longer constantly telling you what you are, projecting about what you are, what life is, what is this and that, then you actually begin to discover what you truly are. You start to wake up to that formless self, which is not the experience that is appearing right now, such as fear or desire or this or that. Especially on our meetings and especially during your sit down meditation sessions during the day. That's not vacation. That's not a time to sit and think about your problems. It is a time to challenge yourself. It is a time for wholehearted devotional practice. It is a time to let go of personal concern, personal convictions, personal beliefs, become absolutely empty. When you learn to fast from thought, when you learn to rest away from thought, you begin to notice your own existence. This may sound really simple, but you will notice how you have never actually acknowledged that you exist. Maybe you have, but in a very superficial way before you really start to rest away from thought. And you begin to discover the miracle that is, I am. As the miracle of our own existence dawns on us, everything else takes a backseat in terms of importance. All personal problems become less relevant, although your capacity to handle them and solve them rises exponentially. Personal concerns, desires, resistances all become superficial, although your ability to navigate through life's ups and downs increases exponentially. But the main curiosity becomes, who am I? What am I? What is this? What is? This is a radical shift in identity. It rocks your entire world, but it cannot open up to us if we remain lost in our petty little personal concerns and personal story. Me and mine, me and mine. This is the stain that has to be removed and wrested away from for something much vaster, much more true to reveal itself. Okay. Feel free to open your eyes when you're ready. I hope that you got a lot of value out of that video. If you do want to go deeper into the practice of what we covered in today's video, take a look at my self-inquiry guide. You can download it in the description box for completely free. It will teach you step by step exactly how to practice self-inquiry and take your practice deeper. Okay, it's a wonderful resource there for you. And if you are looking for more hands-on help and you want to get a more structured approach to your practice, then consider our School of Awakening. It is an amazing program where you get step-by-step instruction. Every single day, I will lead you deeper into this practice. So we have an amazing course over here. Along with that, we have a great community group. Anytime that you have a question, you can simply post it here and I'm able to answer it for you. We also do weekly meetings. So as you'll see, we have a Q&A coming up tomorrow. We do 2 Q&As per week. We do a guided meditation every week, live on Zoom. And all in all, you can connect with other members from all around the world who are doing this practice and growing in the understanding of their true self, awakening to their true self together. So it's just an amazing resource. It really gives you the structure, the guidance, and the support that you need to grow in this understanding experientially. So I'll leave the link down below for that as well. If you're interested, definitely check it out. That's all for today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you next time.